viewers, welcome to another exciting episode of the AI People, where we share inspiring stories of thinkers and builders who are humanizing AI. Today I'm with Pratyusha, who's going to introduce herself, and she's going to give us a lot of really good insights around some of the thematically relevant topics in AI.
Well, thanks, Vivek. Hi, everyone. I'm Pratyusha. I'm a senior tech lead at Galileo. We are an AI observability, evaluation, and guardrailing platform.
That's great. And Pratyusha, what brings you to DeveloperWeek, and what do you see exciting right now in the development space in the context of AI?
Well, I always love developer-focused conferences because, the best way to get feedback on your product or just a pulse of what people are thinking is by directly talking to your customers, right? So I'm really happy to be here because it's very interesting to get people's thoughts, and we have our free version of the product, and you always get feedback about that too. So that's one of the reasons I'm very excited to be here.
That's awesome. And why don't you tell us a little bit more about Galileo? And I was at your booth. You did mention about AI, agentic AI. So just wanted to understand what proposition you are bringing to customers today, and what is some of the feedback that you are hearing from your customers?
Right, this space is so vast. So, to start off, people are now starting to productionalize their agents, right? It's no longer just like a hobby or a pet project. But with that, as we know, AI is non-deterministic, it's unreliable, and you really need a way to have eyes on your AI agents and your applications. So that's where we come in. You obviously have your traditional observability tools, but they're not really built for agentic workflows or AI. So we not only support your traditional workflows, of course, but we also support agentic workflows. So the way I see it, first it would be nice if your application could have eyes and ears. So that's the observability piece. For developers, you literally just slap on our SDK, decorator, let's say, or whatever you want to use from it, and then instantly you have eyes on your application. Then you have the evaluation piece. If y'all are free, I would love for you to attend my talk tomorrow, which is evaluation-driven development. But the essence of that is basically, it would be great to proactively run evals on your systems, and then make sure that once the metrics pass some baseline requirement, you then deploy it to production. The third piece is real-time guardrailing. Once you have your agents running in production, AI can still make mistakes. And while metrics are great for observability, you also want to be able to prevent your chatbot or bank agent from doing something bad. So that's where the protection component comes into play.
That's great. And the shop floor is bustling with so many companies here, and yes, there are a lot of sidebar conversations going on. How are you differentiating Galileo here? How are you setting yourself apart from all the noise and clutter? Here, do you have a differentiation? Would you like to share what that is?
Sure. So one of the things that I think we do best is we provide an easy way for folks to just see their application at a one-stop shop. If you look at our agent graph to start with, that's a very intuitive way for not just developers, but also, let's say, management or anyone else who wants to use your app to be able to see this is exactly what's going on in my application. So that's one of our differentiators at a micro level. On a macro level, I think it's hard to find one platform that sort of does all of those three different components I mentioned and does them well. Plus, if you look at our customers, we have banks, we have a lot of the Fortune 500 companies, like half of our customers are Fortune 500 companies. And that kind of proves that we can reliably scale our platform to support lots of use cases. So I think that's one way we differentiate ourselves. A lot of our friends in the market might have certain features that might not be scalable. So that's one of our key focuses.
That's great, Pratyusha. And when it comes to governance, why is it important? There are a lot of open source, exciting projects happening. When it comes to enterprises, they need certain capabilities. And where do you see governance fit within their overall architecture, within their overall solution, so that they can bring meaningful application of agentic AI into their business?
That's a great question. Governance is very important, even more so in some industries, right? Like I just mentioned banks. So we proactively work with a lot of, let's say in this case, banks, to set up their eyes, as I mentioned, on the application to capture all the use cases where you could have like auditors or other folks like come in and ask questions. A lot of times with AI, I think the biggest unlock is just being able to prove that you've done your best in protecting your application and your customers. So at some point, I mean, this is a very evolving market. As we all know, tech sometimes is way faster than actually law can keep up, which is why best effort, proven best effort, is oftentimes like what you need. That's where like Galileo comes in. We use the adhere to most of the frameworks that our banks and other folks need, but we also give genuine advice by almost consulting folks to enable observability in very strategic parts of your application.
Great. And if someone wants to try Galileo, where do they start, and how do you help them set up and look for ways to collaborate with you to make governance much more practical for their specific settings?
I classify this into two parts. So you have developers like you and me. You can check out Galileo.ai. Our product is free. Please check it out. Give us feedback. We always love feedback. For enterprise customers, please just reach out to us. We have our email on the website for enterprise folks, and we'd love to set up a call.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Pratyusha, and great meeting you, and wish you all the best for your talk tomorrow.
Thank you. You as well. This is a great initiative. I love that you're trying to get thoughts from everyone and put them out there.